Good day parents, teachers, and learners. Welcome to our Project SOAR, series of online academic review for mathematics clade learning modules. I am John Francis S. Cultura, a teacher from City of Mandaluyong Science High School, and I will be your reviewer for week 2 of grade 8 mathematics. Let's start with factoring polynomials, the sum and difference of two cubes. First, what is a perfect cube? A perfect cube is a number that is the cube of an integer. For example, 125 is a perfect cube since 125 is equal to 5 times 5 times 5, which is also equal to 5 cubed. What is a cube root? The opposite of cubing a number is finding the cube root. Since 5 cubed is equal to 125, the cube root of 125 is 5. In symbols, we have this one. The cube root of a perfect cube is an integer. It is possible to get the cube root of a negative number. For example, the cube root of negative 125 is equal to negative 5. Let's proceed. A polynomial in the form a cubed plus b cubed is called the sum of two cubes. To factor, we need to follow the formula below. We have a cubed plus b cubed is equal to the product of the binomial a plus b and the trinomial a squared minus ab plus b squared. Meron po tayong note dito. The acronym SOAP is an easy way to remember the order of signs or operations in factoring the sum of two cubes. So, S stands for same sign, O, opposite sign, and AP, that's always positive. Same sign dahil ang operation po natin dito ay addition. So, we have plus or positive. Opposite sign, minus or negative. Always positive, this is always positive or plus sign. Next, a polynomial in the form a cubed minus b cubed is called the difference of two cubes. To factor, we need to follow the formula below. We have a cubed minus b cubed is equal to the product of the binomial a minus b and the trinomial a squared plus ab plus b squared. So again, we can use the acronym SOAP para po maalala natin ang order of signs and operations in factoring difference of two cubes. Since minus sign po ang meron tayo sa difference of two cubes, this is same sign, opposite sign, and this is always positive. Let's have an example. In this case, we have x cubed plus 64. Ang magiging pattern po natin ay a cubed plus b cubed is equal to the product of the binomial a plus b and the trinomial a squared minus ab plus b squared. First step, determine the cube root of the first term of the given binomial. In this case po, ang ating given binomial ay x cubed plus 64. And our first term here is x cubed. So we need to get the cube root of x cubed, which is equal to x. Next step, determine the cube root of the second term of the given binomial. So ang second term naman po natin dito ay 64. So get the cube root of 64, which is equal to positive 4. Next, we can now identify the binomial factor, which is x plus 4. In this case po, pwede na po nating sabihin na si x ay ang ating a at si 4 ang ating b sa ating pattern na ito. Next step, determine the square of the first term of the binomial factor. Ang ating binomial factor po ay x plus 4. Ang ating first term dito ay x. So we need to square it. So the answer is x squared. Next, determine the product of the cube roots. So ang mga cube roots po natin ay x at 4. Multiply lang po natin sila para makuha si 4x. Last step, determine the square of the second term of the binomial factor. Sa ating binomial factor na x plus 4, 4 is our second term. So square lang po natin siya, ang magiging sagot po ay 16. So ang ating final answer, we have x cubed plus 64 is equal to, ang magiging factored form po niya ay ang product po ng binomial x plus 4 at ang trinomial na x squared minus 4x plus 16. So again, we use the acronym SOAP to identify the order of the signs or operation. This is same sign, opposite sign, and this is always positive. Next example, we have y cubed minus 216. At ang pattern po natin dito ay a cubed minus b cubed is equal to the product of the binomial a minus b and the trinomial a squared plus ab plus b squared. First step, determine the cube root of the first term of the given binomial. The given binomial is y cubed minus 216. Ang ating first term is y cubed. Cube root of y cubed is equal to y. Next step, determine the cube root of the second term of the given binomial. Ang ating second term po ay 216. The cube root of 216 is equal to 6. At magkakaroon na po tayo ng binomial factor which is y minus 6. This is our a and this is our b in this pattern. Next, determine the square of the first term of the binomial. So ang ating first term po sa ating binomial factor ay y. So we need to square it, that's y squared. Next, determine the product of the cube roots. Ang cube roots po natin ay y at 6. We multiply them to get 6y. And last step, determine the square of the second term of our binomial factor, which is y minus 6. Ang second term po natin dyan ay 6. We need to square it. So we have 36. And our final answer is y cubed minus 216 is equal to the product of the binomial y minus 6 and the trinomial y squared plus 6y plus 36 following the acronym SOAP, same sign, opposite sign, always positive. Next example, we have 2m raised to 4 minus 54m. First, identify po muna natin kung merong greatest common factor ang mga terms sa ating binomial. In this case po, meron po tayong 2m as our GCF. We need to factor out the GCF in the given binomial. So ang kakalabasan po ay 2m times the binomial m cubed minus 27. So paano ko po nakuha si m cubed minus 27? We have 2m raised to 4 divided by 2m. So that's m cubed minus 54m divided by 2m, makukuha po natin ay 27. Ngayon po ay meron po tayong m cubed minus 27 which is an example of difference of two cubes. Kunin po muna natin ang cube root ni m cubed which is m. Next, kunin po natin ang cube root ni 27 which is 3. At ang pattern po natin dito ay a cubed minus b cubed is equal to the product of the binomial a minus b and the trinomial a squared plus ab plus b squared. Ang magsisilbing a po natin ay m at ang b po natin ay 3. So following the pattern po, ang magiging sagot po natin ay 2m which is the GCF times the binomial m minus 3 and the trinomial m squared plus 3m plus 9. So following the pattern po, ito po ang ating a minus b. This is our a squared plus ab plus b squared. Again, following po ang ating acronym SOAP which is same sign, opposite sign, and always positive. Ang sunod po natin pag-uusapan is all about factoring by grouping. In some cases, there is no common factor for all the terms in a polynomial. If you have 4 or more terms with no GCF, then we can use factoring by grouping. We have the steps here. First, we need to group the terms that have a common monomial factor. There will be usually 2 groups and sometimes the terms must be rearranged. Number 2, factor out the common monomial factor from each group. And number 3, we need to factor out the binomial factor. Example number 1, 12x cubed minus 9x squared plus 8x minus 6. So first step, we need to group the terms that have a common monomial factor. So in this case po, ginrupo ko po ang ating given into 2 groups. We have 12x cubed minus 9x squared as our first group plus the second group 8x minus 6. Next, we need to factor out the common monomial factor from each group. In the first group, ang common monomial factor po natin ay 3x squared. At sa second group naman po, ang ating common monomial factor ay 2. So we need to factor out the common monomial factor, kaya po ang kakalabasan po, we have 3x squared times the quantity 4x minus 3 plus 2 times the quantity 4x minus 3. Saan po natin nakuha si 4x minus 3? First, in the first group po, 12x cubed divided by 3x squared is equal to 4x. Minus 9x squared divided by 3x squared is equal to 3. At sa pangalawang grupo naman po, 8x divided by 2, we have 4x. Minus 6 divided by 2 is 3. Next step po natin, we need to factor out the common binomial factor. And obviously, our common binomial factor here is 4x minus 3. So we have 4x minus 3 times the binomial 3x squared plus 2. So pag-iisahin lang po natin si 4x minus 3 dito, at ang matitirang 3x squared plus 2 ay mapupunta po dito sa pangalawa. At ang magiging factored form po ng 12x cubed minus 9x squared plus 8x minus 6 is equal to the product of the binomials 4x minus 3 and 3x squared plus 2. Next example, we have 2mx plus 2ny plus 4my plus nx. First po, we need to rearrange and group the terms that have a common monomial factor. In this case po, ginrupo ko po sila at inarrange ko sila base sa mga common monomial factor nila. Sa first group po, we have 2mx plus 4my. At sa second group, we have nx plus 2ny. Factor out the common monomial factor from each group. Ang common monomial factor po sa first group natin is 2m. Sa second group po ay n. So we need to factor out the common monomial factor. So ang kakalabasan po ay 2m times the quantity x plus 2y plus n times the quantity x plus 2y. Next, we need to factor out the common binomial factor, and in this case po, ang ating common binomial factor ay x plus 2y. So ang magiging sagot po natin, x plus 2y times the binomial 2m plus n. So pag-isahin lang po ulit natin si x plus 2y at ang matitira ay 2m plus n. At siya po ang mapupunta dito. So the factored form of 2mx plus 2ny plus 4my plus nx is equal to the product of the binomials x plus 2y and 2m plus n. Next, we have the factoring general trinomials. Sa ating CLADE learning po, naituro ang factoring x squared plus bx plus c at ang factoring ax squared plus bx plus c using trial and error. Ngayon po ay magtuturo ako ng iba pang method on how to factor general trinomials. The first method po ay tinatawag kong X-box method. Pwede po itong gamitin sa general trinomial in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c where a is equal to 1. Example number 1, x squared plus 6x plus 8. Identify natin si a, b, and c. In this case po, a is 1, b is 6, and c is 8. At ngayon ay bumuo tayo ng x. Sa taas na parte, isusulat po natin ang product ni a and c. In this case, 1 times 8 is equal to 8. Sa baba, isusulat po natin si b. In this given, b is equal to 6. Ngayon po, sa dalawang gilid ng x, iisip po tayo ng factor ni 8 na ang sum ay positive 6. So we have 2 and 4. Since 2 times 4 is 8 and 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. After this method po, punta po tayo kay box. Hatiin natin ang kahon sa 4. Sa unang kahon, isulat po natin ang first term po natin which is x squared. At sa huling kahon, isulat po natin ang last term which is 8. At sa dalawang kahon po, isulat po natin ang naisip nating factors kanina which is 2 and 4 at i-multiply natin sa x. We have 2x and 4x. Ngayon ay isulat po natin ang mga factors ni x squared sa tabi niya. We have x and x. Dahil x times x is equal to x squared. Next, we have 2x divided by x is equal to positive 2. And we have 4x divided by x, which is positive 4. At i-double check po natin, positive 2 times positive 4 is equal to 8. So, ang magiging factored form po ni x squared plus 6x plus 8, in this case, kunin lang po natin itong nasa gilid at ang nasa taas ng box. We have x plus 2 times x plus 4. Next example, ngayon naman po, a is greater than 1. We have 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. Identify a, b, and c. We have a is equal to 2, b is equal to 11, and c is equal to 12. Gumawa po tayo ng x. Sa itaas na parte, we have ac, which is 2 times 12, 24. Sa baba, we have b, which is 11. Sa dalawang gilid po ng x, isipin po natin ang factors ni 24 na ang sum ay 11. So we have 8 and 3. Since 8 times 3 is 24 and 8 plus 3 is 11. Bumuo tayo ng kahon. Hatiin sa 4. Sa unang parte ng kahon, we have 2x squared. Sa huling parte, we have the last term 12. At sa dalawang kahon na wala pang laman, isusulat po natin ang factors na 8 and 3 at i-multiply sa x. So we have 3x and 8x. Isulat natin ang factors ni 2x squared sa kanyang tabi. We have 2x and x dahil x times 2x is equal to 2x squared. Next, 8x divided by 2x is positive 4. 3x divided by x is positive 3. At i-double check po natin, 4 times 3 is equal to 12. Ngayon, ang factored form ni 2x squared plus 11x plus 12 ay equal to the product of the binomials 2x plus 3 and x plus 4. Ngayon, ang pangalawang method na ituturo ko sa inyo ay AC method. Ito ay madaling paraan para ma-factor natin ang general trinomials in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, which is a is greater than 1. Let's have the example number 1. 6x squared minus 11x plus 4. Una natin gagawin, i-multiply natin ang value ni a kay c. So we need to multiply 6 and 4. Ang kakalabasan po ay 24. And then i-copy po natin ang natirang terms. We have x squared minus 11x plus 24, which is the result of a times c. And then proceed po tayo sa factoring. Factors of 24 na ang sum po ay negative 11. We have negative 3 and negative 8. Since negative 3 times negative 8 is equal to 24, negative 3 plus negative 8 is equal to negative 11. So we have x minus 3 and x minus 8. Kanina ay minultiply natin si a kay c kaya nakuha natin si 24. Ngayon naman, i-divide natin si 6 sa mga factors na nakuha natin kay 24. So we have 3 divided by 6 and 8 divided by 6. I-simplify lang po natin sila. We have x minus 1 half and x minus 4 over 3. At ituloy natin ang proseso dito. We have x minus 1 half times the quantity x minus 4 over 3. Ang sunod po natin gagawin, i-slide po natin ang denominator papunta sa unahan ni x, ganun din sa kabila, at i-retain si 1 at 4. So magiging 2x minus 1 times the quantity 3x minus 4. Therefore, this is now the factored form of 6x squared minus 11x plus 4. Next example, we have 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. Again, i-multiply po natin ang value ni a kay c. Magiging x squared plus 5x minus 6. I-factor po natin siya. Isipin ang mga factors ni negative 6 na ang sum ay positive 5. So we have 6 and negative 1. Dahil 6 times negative 1 is negative 6, and 6 plus negative 1 ay positive 5. So we have x plus 6 and x minus 1. Kanina ay minultiply natin si 3 kay c kaya nakuha natin si 6. Ngayon ay i-divide naman natin ang mga factors ni 6 kay 3. We have over 3 and we have over 3. I-simplify po natin. We have x plus 2 and x minus 1/3. Tuloy po natin dito sa kabila. We have x plus 2. At ang gagawin po natin kay x minus 1/3, again, slide po natin si 3 sa unahan ni x. So, ang magiging final answer po natin ay x plus 2 times the binomial 3x minus 1. Last example is 3x squared minus 19x plus 20. Multiply po natin si 3 kay 20. So, magiging x squared minus 19x plus 60. And then, we factor. Isipin po natin ang factors ni 60 na ang sum ay negative 19. So, we have negative 15 and negative 4. Since negative 15 times negative 4 is positive 60, and negative 15 plus negative 4 is negative 19. So, we have x minus 15 and x minus 4. Ngayon, na i-divide natin sa 3. At i-simplify, we have x minus 5 at x minus 4 over 3. Again, slide natin si 3 sa unahan ni x. At ang magiging sagot ay x minus 5 times the binomial 3x minus 4. Dito na tatapos ang aking presentation at sana ay meron kayong natutunan. At kung may mga katanungan kayo, pwedeng bisitahin ang aming official page, Math Team, Mathematics Teachers Association of Mandaluyong, at maaaring mapanood ang iba pang video sa mga susunod na linggo. Thank you for watching, and again, this is Sir Kulz saying, matsayang mag-aral, tayo nang matuto. Maraming salamat.